And tonight we continue our coverage of a new era of capital punishment. The South Carolina Supreme Court heard arguments for and against the state's methods of execution.
And News 13's Samir Nefsi joins us in studio tonight. And Samir, at issue right now is the legality of using the electric chair or firing squad, since the state is still unable to get drugs for lethal injection.
Yeah, Holly, that is correct. The state has been unable to get the drugs needed for the lethal cocktail for years when their supply ran out in 2013, which led to the firing squad, which you can see right here, being adopted, as well as the electric chair being the only methods available for execution. However, last year, a lower court found those methods of execution to be cruel and unusual, ultimately violating the Constitution. Now, those two words, cruel and unusual, taking center debate. Currently in South Carolina, death row inmates can opt for death by a 2,000-volt electric chair or bullets fired at the heart by a 3-person firing squad as the state remains dry on lethal injection.
Firing squads have been around as long as we've been executing people, but South Carolina has never chosen to utilize it.
The firing squad was approved in a bipartisan effort by lawmakers in May of 2021 to kickstart executions across the state. The only other available method for execution, the electric chair.
Why is South Carolina the only state in the country that wants to execute people and that is executing people that can't get the execution drugs?
Now, the state has been unable to obtain the necessary drugs to create the lethal injection serum. That's due to pharmaceutical companies who stopped selling to states without shield laws protecting their identities.
Other states have passed shield laws. We just have not been able to do that.
Now, at least 3 men in South Carolina have had stay issues ordered on their executions as the courts decide the constitutionality of the state's current available means of execution.
Sometimes when South Carolina stands alone in something, it's a good thing. Other times it isn't. It does seem to be turning back the clock, and in that sense, to me, the firing squad is unusual, and it is different than when lethal injection was a new method of execution.
As of 2022, firing squad executions have only been approved in Mississippi, Oklahoma, Utah, and most recently South Carolina, with 3 modern executions all taking place in Utah. Now, that last execution by firing squad was carried out on 49-year-old Ronnie Lee Gardner, his brother, now making it his mission to ensure this method is abolished.
I don't understand why their people are allowing it to happen. This is modern times. This is not the Wild West days.
Today's hearing spanned nearly 3 hours, really getting down to the core argument of cruel and unusual, something that's proven to be far more complex than the standard definition. Now, for the firing squad, it looms in the distance as those justices make their decision on its legality. A decision was not made today, nor was a timeline released for their decision. In studio, Samir Nefsi, News 13.
And Samir, today